Hi, this is IEOR 190G, Patent Analysis Part 4, the Defendant's Point of View. So this is another video in the ongoing series of IEOR 190G videos, and today we will be continuing our analysis of Patent 6957233. So just as a recap, this is the patent that Microsoft, or this is the patent that Microsoft is suing Barnes and Nobles for infringing upon in their product, the Nook e-reader. And the title again of the patent is Method and Apparatus for Capturing and Rendering Annotations. So this involves the Nook e-reader and its involvement of very simply being able to edit what you read and save it into maybe a save file or some other space. So this week we'll be kind of taking the defendant's point of view and what kind of case that Barnes and Noble has against Microsoft. Kind of on the flip side of last week where we explored Microsoft's kind of case. So this is the patent, or this is the what Microsoft is blaming Barnes and Noble for infringing upon. So notice these three key things. So these are the three things that are all being kind of scrutinized by Microsoft against Barnes and Noble. And if we look at it from Barnes and Noble's point of view, what these three entities are, this entity, this entity, this entity, this is all a product and a result of programming involving Android-based coding. So, in a statement that Barnes and Noble had when being confined and being tried in New York this past year, Barnes and Noble actually complained to the U.S. Justice Department that Microsoft is trying to raise the cost to drive out competition by asserting trivial and outmoded patents against manufacturers of Android devices. So basically, Microsoft is saying, that Barnes and Noble has to pay, a licensing fee, and Barnes and Noble's complaint or to the U.S. Department, and their point of view is that kind of Microsoft is trying to create a monopoly out of this Android software that that so many companies are basing their products upon. So kind of by playing that card that Microsoft is monopolizing a emerging market, they kind of have a case in that scenario. So even though that may sound like a good case, it was actually turned down this past year. But regardless, that is actually, I guess, a fighting stance to take. So we can even go into more details about Barnes and Noble. They also mentioned it in a meeting in July 2010 that Microsoft said that its patents were sufficient to dominate and entirely preclude the use of Android operating system by the Nook. An offer of licensing agreement would have limited Barnes & Noble's ability to upgrade the e-reader and kind of increase the operating cost of producing the Nook. So again, what the big chip that that Barnes & Noble has against Microsoft is being able to create a case out of depicting a monopolizing or a monopoly Microsoft is setting upon smaller companies. However, it's not very strong because other companies like Amazon and their Kindle, they acknowledge the Microsoft's creation and they are, paying the licensing fees. So I guess the overall big thing that, if any person, if I was defending Barnes and Noble or anybody being sued by Microsoft for this, I would kind of base the entire case off of um, how important Android is to the market and how great of a limitation that Microsoft could be potentially putting on companies by enforcing their licensing fee. Um, it's a very difficult case to actually fight. I think Microsoft has much more chips in this battle or in this legal battle. But if I was Barnes and Noble, that's how I would kind of take it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let, let me know what you think, maybe in the comment section. Have a wonderful weekend.